So the other day, this guy had his birthday.
Yeah.
And I took him to see, at his request, the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I had absolutely no That's not true. I had low expectations going into it.
I expected it to be a train wreck. You hate Jim Carrey is a thing.
I don't hate Jim Carrey objectively as a person. I like his political art. I like that he's upfront about his struggles with depression. But as an actor, he's second to Jimmy Fallon.
He's much better than Jimmy Fallon.
I mean, he's better in that he doesn't crack himself up at every word he utters. But he's not a good... He's over the top.
He did a really good job as Dr. Robotnik.
He did, and that's what I was going to get to, is that as Dr. Robotnik, he was very believable.
I don't think anybody else would have done a better Robotnik. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik / Eggman reminds me of myself, and I really enjoyed his performance. I don't know, he just does.
I will say that I appreciated...
Because I'm a...
the puns.
I'm a and he's a and he's got a lot of puns, but I don't like puns that much.
I love puns.
That's
especially really silly ones.
That's because you're a...
I appreciated that they did reduce Sonic. The original character was terrifying, the original model.
I don't know what they were thinking with that model.
Maybe it was a joke, or it was for media hype.
It might have been either of those things. It might have been neither of those things. They did keep the white space across the bridge of his nose. In every game, in every piece of media, Sonic's eyeballs touch each other. In the past, they've done character designs, and Sega's rejected it because the eyeballs don't touch.
They did a good job keeping the canon, too. Like, he felt like Sonic.
Yeah, they got his personality down really good. They gave him, like, a new backstory, which was really interesting. The backstory made sense. It wasn't some kind of weird that they just pulled out of their ass.
He had attitude, just like the real Sonic.
Yeah. So Sonic is canonically a 15-year-old boy, and in the movie he acts like a 15-year-old boy, and a lot of like the critics said the movie doesn't take itself seriously, but if they knew anything about the Sonic franchise, none of the media takes itself seriously. Like, I don't understand.
If you follow Sonic on Facebook, you would see that Sega never takes themselves seriously.
Do you follow Sonic on Facebook? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Do you?
And they do a lot of they poke fun at themselves a lot. They'll look back at some of their fails and they'll make fun of them.
I'm gonna look at this. Yeah. I need to see this now. I thought the movie was objectively good. It had good cinematography. The acting was all pretty good.
The CGI was believable in the context.
The CGI was pretty good. They did a pretty good job with it, especially with the late redesign and a lot of the freeze frame stuff. They did really good.
Yeah, I mean, the scene that you're referring to was not my favorite in the movie at all.
The scene itself was kind of weak. The one you're thinking of was kind of weak. It made sense in the context of this is what a 15-year-old boy would do, would be interested in, and this is what would happen. It was my least favorite scene, but I enjoyed it.
It was kind of silly, but the movie as a whole was interesting to adults and fun enough to be interesting to children, too. Like, it did a good job.
The children would have been into it. I liked it. I thought that there was a good balance between action and comedy, and the little bit of, like, drama that was there. And nothing was, like, overly dramatic, which will take me out of a movie faster than anything.
And, you know, for a goodly portion of the movie, I was able to suspend disbelief, which is hard for me because I'm kind of a realist and
because
I'm very
you hate
practical.
Everything. I hate movies because they're not realistic enough. Why does this woman have blonde hair if both of her parents have brown hair? It'd be the other way around, wouldn't it? I
did appreciate how nobody wanted to go to Mushroom Hill Zone.
I appreciated that Sonic hates mushrooms and I hate mushrooms, and I would also not want to go to Mushroom Hill Zone. I really like the way that they made the rings work.
It was clever, because it's like, how are you going to work those into the real world?
Yeah, it was clever. I thought it was a really good idea. I did like this one scene where he took damage. He ran into a tree or something, I don't know. And then he like went and picked up all the rings. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a really interesting throwback to the games. They did a really good job working a lot of Easter eggs into the movie.
Yeah.
A lot of references. A lot of them were obvious, but some of them were a little less obvious.
I really, without getting into much detail, appreciated the fan service at the end.
Yeah, that was pretty good during the credits.
Yeah, along with the evolution of Dr. Robotnik into Eggman.
Into Eggman, yeah.
Which they kind of, they didn't make a big deal out of that because, it kind of bothered me over the years how they changed his name, but they just kind of made it a natural part of the movie.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense within the context of the movie. There was this really good progression of Sonic's character from running from his problems to kind of running towards his problems. So it goes from like, this is what Sonic was to this is like what Sonic is now. All of the character development was pretty good throughout the series.
And as you would imagine, they set it up for a sequel or multiple sequels, so it'll be interesting to see where they go with it.
Can we talk about how much I hate this character who will not be named, but is probably the second least favorite character? It's not Amy Rose.
I was going to say, it's not Amy Rose.
I hate Amy Rose so much.
What didn't we like about the movie? I didn't like the product placement. It was so completely obvious.
I didn't think it was that obvious.
Well, the first one was just kind of a gentle nod to Zillow on a computer screen, okay?
That's what people do. That's where you go to look up real estate.
I mean, there's Realtor, so you could have realestate.com or something like that.
You could have find me apartments in xcity.com. No.
Perfect.
You go to Zillow. Everybody knows what Zillow is.
Okay, the point being, they're not hitting you over the head at that point. But they had a product placement to the Olive Garden in there, and they basically did a full-blown 30-second advertisement.
At the end.
Not once, but twice in the movie.
I don't notice stuff like that. Like, if I'm in a conversation, I'm not going to, like, hide all of the products that I use. Like,
I mean, in real life,
I went to a restaurant, but I'm not going to name it because that would be product placement, but it was really good.
It always bothered me on TV shows when they would tape over, the name of a product. At some point, they started including products, but it was for the point of selling the product. How about not for the point of selling the product, just include it, like, as a throwaway?
How would you tell the difference? What is the difference between including Zillow to sell Zillow and including Zillow just to include it?
The exchange of money.
Show me where
I will go
Sega
through their receipts.
You can't. That's public information, right? You can look it up.
Look it up right now.
I don't know how.
That's okay.
Off. What else is on the goddamn thing?
Right,
I liked the movie. I thought it was really good. It was one of the best movies I've seen.
And it was better than I expected. I didn't hate it. I didn't think I would enjoy it because Sega has done such a terrible job with the Sonic franchise in recent years, with the exception
Did
of
Sega
Sonic
develop
Mania.
any of those games? I don't think that Sega developed any of the new games. Because I've played other Sega games, and they're fantastic. Like, what is it? With the rabbit. Hell yeah, Wrath of the Dead Rabbit.
All right, play us out.
You play us out.
So if you watched the movie, let us know what you liked or didn't like down below. Thanks as always for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
First off, during those previews, why do you have to CGI a dog? A dog is a real f***ing animal. The SpongeBob movie, what the f*** are they doing with that animation? I don't even understand. Scooby-Doo and Clank have the same laugh, and it's really weird, and I noticed it, and I'm never gonna unnotice it.